Alright, so today I'm going to go over this visualizer that I created in ZGame Visualizer. It is supposed to be a Monstercat visualizer made in FL Studio. So the first thing is I'm going to just show you what it looks like, and then I'm going to show you what I used to make it and how to personalize it. So this is what it looks like when you have it playing with the song. So as you see, it's really simple, and it's close enough that it looks like a Monstercat visualizer. So I'm going to start from the ground up, and I will start with the background picture. I got this off of Pexels. It's a simple sunset. You could choose anything that you want, have it a car or a sunset. So that's your background. The next image is this one. This is on your left. I believe this is where Monstercat puts their cover arts for their songs. And then the next one is a where your logo would go. And then after that, you have two HUD text. So these are actually two different effects. So one is layer D, one is layer E, and but you don't have to change anything in these unless you want to. The font for each one is Monstercat, or Monsterrat actually, a Monsterrat bold, but there are tons of other fonts that you can use. These just look the closest and the best in my opinion. And the final thing which makes up this visualizer is obviously the spectrum. It's a very basic spectrum. It's a linear one, and it is it's really simple to use. If you just look at these parameters, I have the lightness all the way up, so it's obviously all black, but if you turn it all the way off, then you have pinkish. So I'm just gonna leave it black for now because it fits the background best. But if you mess around with these knobs and here, and you could get like really nice colors and different hues. So the first thing that you're gonna do to personalize this obviously is change the title to fit your song and audio. So say your alias is XLO and your song title is Safe. Obviously just type that in. So it's really simple and it takes like a second to do. If you want to add your own pictures or something, then simply go here to add content again, images, add pictures, and then you just find it on your computer and it'll show it right here. And if you upload your background first, then you simply go to layer A and then choose whichever one is your background, and boom, it pops up. It's simple as that. I recommend having a picture that's like 1920 by 1080p, but if you don't, then you can simply just change the width and the height here. After that, again, just pictures. So if you have your logo or something, then you just make it that. I have the lightness all the way up, just to show like as an example, but if these are all the way up and you open your visualizer, just turn these off. And then after that, obviously you have your text. You don't have to mess too much with this, but I always recommend exploring and figuring it out on your own. That's how I learned this. So I'm going to go on to how to personalize this. I added a few things in here that you can use. The first one is a FrameBlur. So I'll show you what it looks like off here and then what it looks like on. So this is, so bottom, when it's down at 0, it's off. When it's up here at 100, it's on. So let's look at it. So as you see, a little bit of the decay there. I think it just kind of adds on to the visualizer, adding it just a little bit more effect. Now this is something that would be that works well when you have it's full of stars. So obviously you see I have a bunch of little stars floating around here at the bottom. You can adjust where they are simply adjusting the Y and X right here. I just put these at the bottom because it looked best to me. But these work well with the FrameBlur. Excuse me. They work well with the FrameBlur. Like when your drop hits, it adds a little bit more impact. So just watch the these little stars things, and the FrameBlur being turned on. So it kind of gives them a bit more tails, a little bit more emphasis on the drop happening. Just a really small thing. And then the next thing I have added is a audio shake. Obviously the audio is shaking when I'm talking and will shake when your song is playing. For this visualizer, I wouldn't totally recommend it because there's not really a central thing to focus on. I think this is for more like a dubstep, gutter, trap nation visualizer. So, but again, it's all personal. If you like it, please keep it. But I'm going to turn it off for now because I don't really like it. And the final thing, another thing I really wouldn't recommend using, but if you mess around with it enough, you could have some really nice results with it, is this notebook drawings thing. As you see, it kind of moves around the picture a little bit, which I think is nice. And I know Monstercat does this with a lot of their visualizers, but I personally would not recommend it because it brought my frames down to 14 and 15 when they were originally resting at around like 30.8, which is much nicer than 13 or 14 frames per second. But again, all personal stuff. So that's basically the whole visualizer. Again, if you want to change the text, simply go over to add content, text, put your alias, song title, alias. I don't care how you do it. And then you just add your background, cover art, and logo, and you just go over here. Layer A is your background. Layer B is your image on the left, which could be a cover art or logo. And layer K right here, again, image or logo. So that's basically the full visualizer. I hope you use it and like it and explore with it. I will leave a free download link in the description to a Google Drive, and hope you enjoy it. Thank you.